Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the Gospel of Mark. We're still looking at Mark chapter 3, verses 13 through 19. We've been examining this paragraph for the last few sessions. This is the moment when Jesus chooses his 12 apostles. Now, there are many disciples who are following him, those who have come to believe in him and want to go where he goes, to be his followers, to be his disciples. And among that group of disciples, that larger group of disciples, he chooses 12 whom he calls and designates apostles. Now, the last couple of days we've seen that the role of these apostles are first to be with Jesus, to be in fellowship with him, to spend time with him, to learn of him. So first they are to be with him. And then they are to be his sent ones, that he will send them out to preach. He will send them out to proclaim his kingdom, his good news. And then the third role, or the third responsibility of an apostle, is found in verse 15. They are to have authority to drive out demons. They are to have authority to drive out demons. So he calls them to be with him, and then to be sent out to preach, and to take authority over evil, especially demonstrated in driving evil spirits out of those who are possessed or in control of these evil spirits. So to be an apostle of Jesus, to be his disciple, is to minister in his name with his authority. In other words, as Jesus sends them out, he sends them out with his authority upon them. Now, this is really what it means when we say we go forward as Christians in the name of Jesus. We don't go in our own name, we go in his name. And what that means is we don't go in our own authority, but we go in his authority. The authority of his name is upon us. You know, one of the things we've noticed in the first few chapters of the Gospel of Mark, as Jesus began his ministry, is that everyone recognized he had authority that they had never seen before. The crowd said, he's got authority in his teaching. We've heard teachers of the law before, but they don't teach with authority like he does. And then they said he has authority over evil spirits. He can drive demons out. We've never seen authority like this before. And then they said he has authority over sickness. He heals the sick and sets people free from disease. He ministers in authority. Jesus has authority. And he confers that authority upon his apostles. Because they are ministering in his name, they are thus ministering in his authority. Now, the authority is not within ourselves. It's not within the apostles' own strength. The authority is in Jesus, and it is conferred upon the apostles. So he sends them out having authority. So when they confront evil spirits possessing people, when they confront those who are overcome by this evil, they have authority to set the people free. Now, later on in the gospel, when the disciples do go out 2 by 2, when they come back, they're going to say, Lord, even the demons submitted to us in your name, because Jesus had given them his authority. Listen, when we go forward as the church, when we go forward in the name of Christ, we go in the authority of Christ. On our own, in a worldly sense, we don't really have much power, and that's okay. We don't really have much influence. That's okay. Most of us in the church are not the movers and shakers of this world, and that's okay. We are not the influencers of our society by worldly power, and that's okay. We go in the authority of the kingdom of Jesus. His name is upon us, and as we represent him, he confers his authority on us. So the apostles had. They went forward in the name of Jesus, and his authority was upon them. And we too, when we have faith in Jesus, when we spend time with him, and then when we go forward to proclaim his message, we must know that his authority is on us. And we must live in the power of that authority, the name of Jesus on us, his children. There's a song we sometimes sing in the church, a chorus really. Majesty, worship his majesty. Unto Jesus be all glory, honor, and praise. Majesty, kingdom, authority, flow from his throne. Unto his own his anthem raise. So exalt, lift up on high the name of Jesus. That's what we do. We are those who belong to him, and we are proclaiming his name in kingdom authority. So as Jesus sends out his people, as he sent the apostles, he says, take my authority upon you, even to drive out evil from places it is in this world. For the authority of the kingdom is on the disciples of Jesus. All right, tomorrow we have one more session on this appointing of the apostles. So join us next time for our 5-minute Bible study in the Gospel of Mark.